There are probably has to go that. Yeah, so I checked the five. I couldn't find these. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they got moved over there because, yeah.
I'll check that out tomorrow.
Well, I need to give Tony back.
Oh, yeah.
I
Projection.
Never mind, I've got, so.
Never mind, I'm practicing where I feel the audio on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, one of my messages, I need to turn off the audio on YouTube. Not see it. We're in the YouTube room. Oh, that's right. You gotta pull out into there. Yeah. Exactly right. Okay, that's now I can go back.
Don't forget. My bad. I thought it.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Very brotherly thing. Oh, so wandering point.
Let him have it. What do we want to think? All right.
Sure, it's over. Oh, I thought you could be here. Look on.
Hi.
Tom?
Did you get my email?
I did.
Because I know.
I may have to ask you a question along the way, but it's good for a start.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think so. And what do you think about with the fish fries? You want like one, as they come up, one at a time, or do you have all those?
I spent a lot of them, because we got a lot of regular people that are doing regular jobs, and I put them all up at one time. Just set that mac and cheese on, when we get those big pans out and stuff on the
I know
counter.
too, sorry.
Everything on the back. We should put it up to the front counter and put a hot plate there.
That's the one. For the.
But just the one we're serving. The rest of them will be in a one.
One of these guys. The ladies didn't want, this is cool. Actually, it's cool, it's like a little talk, huh? Anyway, the ladies didn't want us to recognize them. But, they've been here since 3:30, this afternoon. And, well, they're just a lifesaver, and they enjoy taking care of us, so I appreciate that. So, let's go ahead and, do a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. And Robert, would you do this in the prayer? In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our bread, and forgive us our trespasses. And put us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou Would it be? Mary, Queen of the Night, pray for us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Robert. All right, so we have 3 elements to the group. And the first one is the flag. And so with the flag of our country, we love it and we shall ever defend it. The next emblem is the sword. Let us keep it bright and liberty still. And the last emblem, the cross of Christ, is the exponent of Christian ideal and the conqueror of death and the giver of life. Supreme reverence for this sacred symbol will crown a country queen in the sisterhood of nations. It is the bold work of national honor, the inspiration of patriotism, the guardian of personal worth, and for what was strengthened with the blood of self-sacrifice. Thank you. All right. All right, the first item on the agenda. So it's the reading of 2-month minutes, November and December. So
Listen to these minutes, right, to make sure they or the faithful navigator, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes on text as written.
Second, so motion on the floor. The acceptance of minutes as they were written and published. All those in favor, please say aye. Any nays out here? No, thank you. All right. There was no reading of bills or communications. One of the maybe blessings of donating, we have 1 or 2 organizations. When you give once every month, they're sending you requests for donations, but I don't consider those communications. A report of President Ryan. My work is long and in process, but I'll go through it. I just wanted to say Happy New Year and that I like that wonderful and great patriotic volunteer opportunities lying before us. And I just hoping that we have a variety You all hearing okay?
Yeah.
That there's something that floats your boat that you are willing to participate. The staff was told as a young lieutenant, when you start a team building is the day that your team begins to vote hard. And I feel that everyone's responsible and obligated to be actively involved and make significant contributions. I am hoping that you enjoy the social hour that we have and the fellowship that comes with it. And that's what all the byproduct is that you get to have conversations with one another, learn more about one another, and discuss, whatever is on your mind freely in an open environment. I do remember President John F. Kennedy's speech as a very young boy. I think I was about 8, 9. But he said in his acceptance speech, I ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. And that's something that I feel that has been lost in the interpretation of the decades. And I think that with our volunteerism, that we're there, we're trying to do that, we're putting country first. So it's different because we say God, country, family. But we need God in order to have country, and we need country in order to raise our families in a safe environment, and so that all family members get to prosper. So, real quick, the big loss, as we would say, in quality for the remainder of the fraternal year, and we're talking about last 6 months of mine duties being your faithful navigator. One is this orient and support a new faithful captain, Steve Gaston, and disappointed by the past grand night experience, and will serve us well in current involvement and a number of council activities to include the website development along with David here. So we're happy to have him, and he will serve us really well as the new faithful captain. Address the needs of nights 1 and 2 training. Michael, I saw you walk in, and I had forgotten that. And so, with the help of our stakeholders, we'll work on that. The package here, the orientation, as we do with nights 101, 1 and 2. There is a need for nights 201 and the orientation of a new CERN night. So I want to reassure you that I heard you. I'm going to do something. The men's part of the men's conference at Holy Apostle is through February, and so I'm not going to go into great detail, but they've asked for help and support. One of the things that I worry about is that I hope that there's a number of us that register and participate in this men's conference. In the past, there hasn't been a large number of our nights, and it could include young men. So I just want to put a push in there for considering signing up for the Catholic Men's Conference. Again, I'll be here on 3rd February. Like June nights and the 4th degree appreciation dinner, 11 May, we have a committee, and during the holidays, the committee met and kind of come up with who's going to do what and the strategy for success. Again, just to remind you that Bishop Cleater is looking at this as an opportunity to thank our Nigerian priests who come here on a mission to help us, and at the same time, the color corps that supports him in a lot of his different functions. Next, the block is distribution for the benefit of ex-finalists. 2,000, I think, 781.35 cents. We're gonna have a meeting with that. I tried during the holiday, just keep it nice, have everybody just concentrate on during the holidays and not doing business. But it's January and we're gonna get to work real quick. And so, we will have that, for you in February for your coordinated approval, how we're gonna dispense those funds. And appreciate the advice I got that we didn't have to move before the end of the year, but we do need to move with a sense of urgency. I'm going to request for political support and again making sure that our members are well trained to include those within the Treasure Valley. Preparations for June 2024, new assembly officers having a meeting, that officer candidate meeting, getting together and so selecting the best candidates for you to consider for the next fraternal year, which is for 2 years. And personally, I just put this out there. Personally, I've been asked if I would consider being a next district master for the state. To say the least, I'm on the fence about that. It's a big responsibility. But I just want to say that as I consider that, I did not stop working, being a brother of our council or being a brother of Sunite of our assembly. So, again, good responsibility, and I guess that's where you say what I can say about it. Okay, so that item is we can't be successful the remainder of my tenure without your help and guidance. You know, I don't know everything, and although I try to do a lot, and I've got those voices in the back, you know, that keep me on the straight and narrow. That I gotta ask for help. I gotta accept help when I need it. And but we are so blessed, and I don't know if you know this. We have so many past grand knights, past faithful navigators, current state officers in assembly, and to include our district deputy. And then my mentor, and probably always will be, past state deputy and past district master John Pettinger, who I look to for a lot of advice and guidance. And so let us not forget the administration of files of fourth degree members. Too many that to mention by name, but we are really blessed with quality members and who have really, really good talents, especially administratively. So that is my report. I report at the comptroller.
Good evening.
You want budget? Okay.
Faithful Navigator, we have 140 members. There are 4 more that haven't shown up in the system yet. And hopefully, I'll get Dave Ellingson to work on that this week and get them on the system. I want to spend a few minutes now on an update on our budget year to date. I really wanted to give some more visibility to how we're doing rather than just throw a set of numbers up. So I'm going to throw a lot of numbers up for you. Can everybody see that?
No.
Or is it just my eyes? Genius. That's not going to work. Can we focus it?
There we go.
There we go. Good. Okay. All right. So we'll start off with income. So you see now, I've got it for the 6 months since July. The top line is the dues. You can see we're about 54%, which is quite good. That's 1 month into the dues, our season for collecting dues. I actually have about 6 more I picked up tonight. which is good. The next one, the next line is council contribution. That will come next year, or this year rather. We'll see that. Fundraising, the 3,500 is what we expect to make from the exemplification, rather from the Nigerian Nights of dinner. There will be expenses offset against that, unfortunately. Cinnamon rolls, we did receive the FOB, and you can see we budgeted 25. It came in very, very close to last year, very close to $2,500, so that was good. Shirts, you can see we're 117. We're definitely selling quite a lot of shirts. Again, lots of new members, so we're doing okay there. Name badges, so that's just our usual expenses. This 250 was money we received from the council for folders that we had bought that turned out to be the wrong ones, and they accepted them, so we got some back there. In terms of expenses, I'll just run them real quick. The ones that we're doing. What's really quite interesting, we budgeted $1,000 for the Colour Court rebate program, and we're certainly using that up. We're already spending $800. That's good news. It means more members joining the Colour Court. Shirts, we budgeted 300 to spend, and we're way above that now, but obviously our income's up. Again, that's just because we had to reorder more large for all of our new members. So things are going pretty well there. Church expenses, we haven't bought any new flags yet. Hopefully this year we'll buy some more flags for the school. The veterans, state debts, bingo at 600. We're kind of behind on that, but we'll catch up. It's out, we still have 6 months to go. Food cards, we have our $1,200 for that. Still a lot behind, but I'm sure we'll catch up next year. This year now we'll write a check for the military seminarian. That David, we'll do that soon. All right, can you see? Well, there we go. That's good. All right. We have some money for social events. We budgeted. We considered we would probably break even on the Nigerian Nights dinner. Hopefully that's not the case, but we just wanted to, have enough in there for expenses. Now onto the FOB. These are the veterans ministries, etc. that we decided in July to give our money to. We said 2,500. We bought about 2,500. There may be discussion later on tonight as to whether we want to amend some of these. Anyway, that's what we have in the budget. If we want to amend it, we'll put it to vote tonight. So you can see we're running pretty much just even on expenses and income right now with another 6 months to go. Any questions? Okay, I am available for anyone that wants to pay dues. I'm glad to have 6 people show up tonight and do that. If there's anybody else, I'll be here. Do you find this useful? I mean, we'll do it again in July, and then based on what we have, what we do here, that will help us make a new budget for the following fiscal year. Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Robert. One just closing comment is that 100% of the money that the assembly receives from the council goes to charities. And it's almost as if from the council what we receive with the middle person that passes it on. None of that money comes to take care of us, and that's where what incomes that might come by our own doing is takes care of color core and all that. And then primarily what income is that is dues that takes care of that. And with the, for benefit of the vets, right now, we're looking at, but we're having a meeting to discuss a courageous survivor to handle veterans, mental health, suicide, prevention, so on and so forth. Boise rescue for vets primarily dealing with out in Napa. They could use ongoing assistance in providing nourishment. And then the VA, according to reports, January, February, and March is where they're really hurting for food and travel gift cards. And so again, no hard decisions have been made, but just letting you know what the need is out there. And that 100% of what we get from the council goes right to charities. So in reality, the council is supporting the charities that we support. Okay, very good, thank you. All right, next is a report of a person.
Faithful Navigator. As you saw from Robert's presentation on the budget, things are looking pretty well, and the checkbook follows along with that. So our current balance at the end of the year is $10,470.55, which includes the deposits of $4,817.32. Most of that was the dues and the FBO funds that we received last month. We had just a few withdrawals, $722.30, and one outstanding check of $224.31. So that's our balance, just a little over 10,000.
Thank you for your report. And then the report of the Credit Command itself. Request for Credit Court support will probably pick up now that the holidays are over. And so many times there's short notice requests, but they're dedicated Credit Court group, and we say it's not a job, it's a vocation. It's what we do. And just for, particularly, a district deputy and a state advocate, just early on, I had decided that we're going to focus on from Twin Falls to Fruitland as far as support. And just the expense and time, it's really hard, really an asset for the entire state. So with the 59 Treasure Valley, Knights of Columbus Clerical members, we're really able to take care of the entire Treasure Valley well. Again, it was a request to go out to Pocatello for a certain night that had passed. Again, we weren't able to fulfill that demand, because again, being during the holiday itself. So we'll do our best to take care of the needs of the other areas, but when you look at cost and time, no Credit Court member gets reimbursed for expenses, travel, food, hotel. But there are those needs, like we've been to Coeur d'Alene, we've been to Williston, that we'll weigh those carefully. But our primary responsibility will be the Treasure Valley. We went from 4 to maybe 5 Credit Court members in the Treasure Valley showing up functions. We are now averaging between 13 and 14 Credit Court members showing up functions for the most remote churches or parishes. That's what we bring to the table. I am going to have a meeting with Credit Court commanders within the Treasure Valley, and we're going to address opportunities for improvement, and that would be communication and actual performance, and then mutual support. And a mantra is this: if one calls for help, the others come running. And that has really been the case. Assembly induction of officers, I have to tell you, I've never ever experienced that until I went just this past year, and it was just so cool. What a righteous ceremony. One of the things that I really enjoyed about it is that the incoming officer is standing in front of the council or assembly and saying, I am your new officer, and I am going to do the duties and perform responsibilities I've now accepted. And the way that the clergy is involved in that, I've never ever seen that. So, been like 17 years, and that was the first time. That was a good experience and something that we should consider in our own future. I already talked about February 3rd, men's Catholic conference. The Color Corps will be providing posting of the colors and the mass procession for Bishop Peter. So that we already know. I was going to get the date for March. And March is ICYC. It seems like it's in the middle of the month budget, not having that date. But why that is important and why you should hear about it, there's about 2,000 youth from around the state, some being sponsored, that attend ICYC. It's again a very good experience, and you can feel the energy in that arena when you're there. And that concludes my report for Color Corps Commander. So reports of committees, admissions, reading of applications.
Faithful Navigator. Currently, I have no submitted Form 4s for our next exemplification. Also, I have not been given a date of our next exemplification. I assume it'll be in the spring, early summer, whatever, but I have not gotten that date as of yet.
Yeah, and you're correct, that information hasn't been disseminated yet.
Okay.
So usually we have one in fall, one in the spring within the Treasure Valley, but yeah, so you're correct.
Very good.
All right, thank you. And Welfare Committee, I don't see Joe James here tonight, so I said, am I mistaken? No, okay. And then the VA hospital and home. I don't know, Brother John, did you want to say something about bingo? I just got to do it. Well, when we started our meeting,
we were there for the Christmas celebration and only had 2 people playing bingo. We did pass out 15 cards to the veterans who didn't come and play bingo. They seemed quite happy to take the money that we were passing out. Well, that's what we did.
okay. That's where Chuck passed on. Okay. Yeah, so that was it for the report. Trustees, all 3 trustees, excuse, again, kind of what happens when, that's it.
I'd like the clarification on Brother Chuck passing on.
Yeah.
Child, I had the person that published that, I said, he's still alive, I just saw him last. So, thank you for the correction. Thank you for the information. Again, it's a Wednesday and a number of our brothers and other obligations, and so, brother, Mike, also, is really sick, and so that's why he's not here today. And Jerry, Sullivan, the son, is away to Arizona. Is he there?
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, man, how you doing? All right. Is that good drive, I hope? So, anyway, so moving on, unfinished business, again, just, to reiterate that, we had a committee meet, for the May 11 recognition dinner, and we'll be getting more information out to include the sales of the dinner tickets. Safe environment training, 58 nights here, take part in that. And so, we'll just see where we go from there, but 58 was very, very impressive. Last year, we had, roughly 24 or 25 actually show up for the training. So that is substantial. And I already talked about, FDL for both, and again, we'll be providing the dissemination outline for your coordinated approval, next month's meeting. Under new business, I had, no new business, but I put your facility on my mind. So we will have, a nice, 201. I'm planning to do that in February. With ample notice, so it'll be a quality presentation. So with that, I report of the third degree of the grand night.
Faithful Navigator. All right, we got a lot to cover in the council meeting. We got the free throw contest coming up. We have March for Life in January. We have men's conference coming up February 3rd. Blood drive. There's a lot of stuff going on. We also have a proposal tonight by the community committee. Brother Fred Klein will be presenting that and some other stuff.
All right, thank you very much. I have not, good of the order going around the room. Anybody have, concern, project, something they'd like to talk about?
Faithful Navigator, I do, am requesting prayers for Brother Mike Whistle's brother John. His cancer is spread, and he's asked me if he could, pray for him, please.
Okay. Is there any other requests for good of the orders? Someone we need to be praying for this?
I'm not asking for prayers, I'm thanking you guys for the prayers for my surgery. Went through that surgery with flying colors, and I feel like I'm about 98%. So, your prayers got through that, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, and they say it is a road to cancer.
Faithful Navigator, I would like to ask for prayers for the repose of the soul of past State Secretary Jim Robinson. He passed away on Christmas Eve, and I would just ask this body to be praying for him and his family as they continue to grieve his departure. So thank you for that.
Thank you. All right, with that.
There's Brother Knight, he's third degree, Kevin Stafford, his COPD is kicking up on him, he's pretty sick right now, so prayers for him would be appreciated. Thank you.
Stafford.
I would like to also thank you for your prayers to my wife, Julie. Julie had a CT scan
done in early December to, check the status of the tumor and the spread of the tumors. And, our doctor, was very pleased with the scan. The tumor on her pancreas is, slightly smaller, but he said the good news was that the spots on her lungs have not spread, so it seems the chemo is kind of keeping things at bay and are helping, and he was very pleased with that. So I thank you all for your prayers.
You're most welcome. Are there any other requests for the order? Other brothers, family members, and requests? No? Is there any additional, issues or concerns that need to be addressed at the council at this time? No? Okay, with that, let's go ahead and, our next, general business meeting will be the 5th of February. Same time, same place. RE, will, start again. And so, we're not permitted, unless there's absolutely no one in here, come into this dining room before, 6, p.m. Now, as a result of that, the social hour may blend into the start of the assembly meeting, but I have no recourse but adjust to that requirement. Again, what happens is this room is reserved for RE. That they're over at 6 p.m. But if they go over, then they have first priority of retaining this space until their business is done. So the point is, if there is one student here, we are not permitted to enter until that student is gone and the instructor says the room is now yours. So with that, I'll ask you, try to keep you in the loop, but roughly our meeting with social hour may blend at 6:30 as opposed to 6 o'clock. So we'll just have to play that. Yeah. So, can we have a prayer?
Hear the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy, hail our life, our sweetness, and our hope. To thee, O God, our rich children, to thee, who sin, and then after its starting time, shore of the works of the oh, life, oh, maybe Queen of the Knights.
Okay. It's really tough, Chairman. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate your time and support.
Project 30.